Hey guys, yeah, you see the title down below, and I've got about 7 minutes before I have to clock back in. But you see the title down below, or above, and this is a bit of a follow-up to my podcast status video I did yesterday at home, in my backyard. But basically, yes, the title says it correctly. I mentioned it yesterday. I said I was trying to work on it, and out of curiosity yesterday when I was linking up a lot of my podcasts that I had uploaded and was waiting to be distributed across other, podcast affiliates, courtesy of Anchor.fm. Out of curiosity, I looked at iHeart. Now, about a month ago, I had applied to be put on iHeart, and they said it would take several weeks. And I decided out of a whim, because I think about a week or two ago I checked and it wasn't there. So I decided out of a whim to check again. Well, actually, it was not a couple of weeks. No, it wasn't actually not a couple of weeks ago, like two weeks. It was actually several weeks ago. But I decided out of a whim yesterday just to check. So I went to iHeartRadio.com, and typed in BWROSAS, and basically, lo and behold, my BWROSAS Discussions podcast came up. Yeah, my BWROSAS Discussion podcast came up, and it was all up to date, even up to the current one where I think I talked about the Blu-ray. Oh no, actually it was up to date to where I talked about, I believe, about the, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic getting a Blu-ray. So, yeah, I'm on iHeartRadio.com for podcasting, and I will provide the link down below, or you could just find it at BWROSAS Discussions. Just type in BWROSAS and you'll find my podcast. Well, like I said, you go to BWROSAS on iHeartRadio.com, and you will find me there. Now, the next one I have to really work on would be Pandora, and then maybe iTunes will be the next step. I'm not really sure, but Pandora most definitely could be the next one I work on. So yeah, Pandora will be the next one I work on when it comes to trying to expand my BWROSAS Discussion podcast series across the board. But yeah, I'm on iHeartRadio.com now, along with the other sites that I mentioned, like Spotify, Breaker.audio.com, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Radio Public, Player.fm, Pocket Cast, and then of course Anchor.fm. Sorry about that. But like I said, those are the various locations. Hold on. But like I said, those are the various other streaming audio services, radio services, if you will, where you can find my podcast. Like I said, you can find it at Spotify, you can find it at Anchor.fm, Player.fm, Radio Public, Stitcher. You can find it at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker.audio.com. You can find it at Pocket Casts, and now you can also find it at iHeartRadio. I will be trying to work, like I said, on the next extension of it being through Pandora, and then we'll see about iTunes as well, because apparently the more you affiliate it with, the more chances you have of getting more listeners, and from a revenue standpoint, getting more added to your income. Because I noticed the moment I put the iHeartRadio link along with links to Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts, and such, when it came to my audio, my podcast on the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic get a complete series release on Blu-ray, DVD, and possibly 4K, all of a sudden the listenership, the plays, courtesy of Anchor, went up, because Anchor.fm doesn't just acknowledge the plays they get, it also acknowledges the plays from the other streaming services as well. So yeah, again, I thought I'd just come on here and let you guys know I'm on anchor.fm now, if you guys want to check me out. And that's really about it. I got to get back into work now, guys. Sorry for a bit of the pausing and all that in between. I do that, as I've mentioned before, because when you do a video like this in public, basically you have a tendency, or basically there's a tendency of people driving by that will honk their horns or shout out the windows at you just to be jerks and trolls. So just thought to let you know that, yeah, I'm on IHeartRadio.com. Look for me at BWROSAS discussions, and that's about it. So I gotta get into work, guys. I gotta get back from lunch, and I will talk to y'all later.